Hello, everybody. Happy Holiday Monday to all you fabulous humans on Instagram. We're trying something new today. I don't know how it's going to go. I could go live from, it's medium. Okay. I'm going live on Instagram from my desktop, but it's using the same kind of interface that we have here. So the people on Instagram are only going to see part of this, but we're going to just see how it goes is what we're going to do. So comment, feedback, all that kind of fun stuff is definitely welcome. Oh, and now I lost all my windows. Okay, hang on. So happy Holiday Monday to everybody who's doing Holiday Monday things. 1, 2, I'm missing 1, 3. Behance. That's fine. No, don't yell at the neighbors, please. Behance. There it is. Okay. I just want to be able to see all your fabulous comments because I like to hear from everybody. Alessandra's in the house. She's been a streaming machine this weekend. She's been out of control. Oh, Dari's here as well. Fantastic news. Your hair looks nice. Oh, thank you, Alessandra. It's my holiday hair. It's my on vacation, let my hair down type hair. So thank you so much. Ashraful's here. Everybody's here. I love it. Okay. So let's just see how this turns out. Like I said, I'm just trying to stream on Instagram from my desktop. It doesn't, we'll just see how it goes. A few comments here. I don't get a lot of feedback on Instagram anyway, but I just want to make sure that everybody who has access can see me. Especially on a holiday Monday, some people are just hanging out at home and wanting to play the game. So, I have this ginormous screen and I need a second screen. Okay, I don't really need this. Can I make this smaller? There we go. Okay, we're starting to figure this mess out now. Okay, and this one, I'm going to make it smaller. And we'll do this. Sorry, guys. Just orienting myself here. Why is my mouse being a weenie? There we go. Okay. And then this one. All right. Alessandra says, you should see my hair today. I washed it, let it air dry. Yeah, I do that just because my hair is so thick and it takes forever to dry. So on the weekends, I try and let it do that magic. All right. So, no surprise to anybody, we are going to be doing another gnome tonight. This is the second to last one that we have going on for before the shop update. This is our snow gnome. We're gonna go look a little bit at our groovy gnome as well. It's been a struggle, that guy. He's giving me a hard time. But we're gonna figure it out. Look at all these people. Everybody's hanging in. Adobe's here. Hi, Adobe. Okay. I just want to make sure I get everybody's comments. Okay, so those of you who watched last week, thank you so much for tuning in. It was an impromptu hour and a half. We got a little bit of extra stuff done. And almost a complete gnome, which is fantastic. I think I wrapped him up just right after the stream, which was really, really great. And he went up live, as well as the Valentine's gnome went up live on Instagram. So definitely check those out because you can see those final results there. Today I worked a little bit on the groovy gnome, and I'm going to show you, like I said, a little bit later where he's at. We're having a bit of a journey with that guy. Fighting a little bit, but I figured this would be a lot more fun because I have a little bit more of a mental direction of where I want to go with this gnome now. I made some plans as I was doing the final touches a couple weeks ago. So I want to move forward with those ideas today. And then we'll see where the groovy gnome takes us. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, so for those of you who come back and watch, for some reason my Behance stream last week didn't really click, like it's still processing it. If you do want to watch it, it is up on my Facebook, so it's there if you'd like to go check my page. It's still available to go back and set it up. New setup, actually, sort of yes and no. I gutted my studio this weekend, so I'm just turned this way. I used to face this way in my studio, so I'm just rotated a little bit. I wanted to trade where my computer was, just so that, you know, I should probably balance out my the way my neck is turned and stuff when I'm working in the studio. So sort of same setup, just on the other side of the table. That was a big ordeal. I gutted my studio, and I was like, oh, this will just take me a few hours. And it was definitely like 6, 7, 8. It was a late night on Friday night getting that guy done. Whew. But it was a project that had to be done. So I had been gutting almost everything else to put it off. So it had to be done. It looks fantastic in here. Your area looks nice. Thank you so much. Yes, it's much lighter now that there's not piles of things and everything going on in here. It's a lot cleaner. So I'm excited to get into it, and just sometimes moving things around just a little bit kind of makes it, you know, fresher and more exciting. So, okay. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, Alessandra said, I was surprised how I was able to stream from Friday to Monday. Yeah, you've been a machine. All these different streams. I'm trying to catch up. Holy. Did Mojo help you set up? No, he just stared at me like, are you freaking kidding me that you're in the studio again? He stared me down pretty hard. Okay, first setup. So this is going to be, for those of you who were here last week, this is going to be kind of the same process we followed. It's just going to be a little bit more of our snowy day gnome here. So I put the photo in here, just like we saw last week. I'm not really going to use the color palette as much right now. We're going to use it in a minute. What I want to do is I want to clear out a little bit of this paper look, and then we're going to adjust the colors and stuff. So give me a few minutes here while I do a little bit of an erase around the edges. And then we're going to go in and clean all this up once we do the color change. So I want to take the paper out as much as I can right now, because I don't want to say, because when I change the colors, it factors in everything that's on the layer. And I don't want to factor in too much of this paper. Although our snow's got the kind of paper layer, I just don't want to factor in too much because I want it to really focus on the blues and purples we have going on here. So that's just this quick erase layer situation. So this gnome and the groovy gnome, which has morphed a little bit, are going to be the last pieces I need for my shop update at the end of 2 weeks from now, March 1st. This working ahead is definitely messing with my head. I don't know what date anything is anymore. March 1st is the shop update. These guys are going to be available in cards and prints. We're also going to be, all the bookmarks are going to be ready. I talked to my printer this week, and we have some very exciting ideas. So that's going to be in the shop update as well. So there's going to be a lot on my Instagram and Facebook in the next coming few days. So please make sure you're following so that you kind of get all the updates and know when you can purchase and when I'm mailing everything out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm getting a little too specific about this. I don't have to be as close to the edges. I forgot. This doesn't have to be as neat and tidy because we go in with some line strokes and everything later as well. So I don't need to have this be super precise. I can come in and clean up some of these lines a little bit after. Dee's here. Fantastic. KD. I'm so glad everybody's tuning in on a holiday Monday. I wasn't sure how everybody was going to do. I thought about giving everybody a break, but everybody seems pretty stoked about the streams that are on today, so I'm glad that I kept it. When I was gutting my studio, I did find the original gnomes, the paintings. Not that I was looking for it, but like I knew where they were, but I was just looking at them. The paper that I used for those is very different. So with the texture on the original gnomes is a lot stronger. Like it's a lot more toothy paper. I thought I was using toothy paper for these ones, but there's a lot more texture in the other ones. But we have a lot more fun strokes on this one, so it's totally great. It's a holiday over here too, Dee. We're hanging out. It's family day here where I'm at. I just found out, like, I know it's all different kinds of names. I think it's President's Day in the States. Lots of different names for what's going on. Okay. Again, doesn't have to be super fancy. Save, and now what I'm going to do is we're going to do a hue saturation layer. So here's a whole bunch of fun stuff that we get to play with, all these different layers to get the colors a little bit brighter, because the photo, even though it's good kind of detail quality, it is a little grayed out. I think it was the light that I was using. So in comparison to the actual print, it's a little bit less bright and saturated. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with this. I'm going to pull the saturation a little bit this way. If I go really dramatic, you can see it kind of really brings up the saturation. As I pull it this way, it sucks all the color out of it. So that's what we're trying to do here. Setting it around 0, this is what we're supposed to be looking at. And then I'm just going to increase it just a little bit. Oh, I've turned my brightness down on my iPad. Something I should stop doing. Okay, just to bring the brightness up just a little more. We don't have to go too crazy, because like I said, if I go too crazy, you see it starts to like burn out. We don't want that really. I just want to go back to 0 for a sec. Okay, that's probably good for now. No, I don't really want to play with any of these. Hue, this kind of like overlays a color on it, so if I wanted it to be more of a different color, I would do that, but I really like the purples that we have in here, so I'm going to leave that alone. And we'll just leave that for now. So if I turn this off, you can see that's the original. I think my OBS here. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Oh, don't click on that. There we go. Whew. Probably handle. Oh, no, I don't want that. There it is. I was like, how do I change my colors back? Okay, I kind of like that for now. Oh, Odari has his computer back. Woohoo! We're gonna have stream soon. I love it. Always up late drawing. Yep, I hear that. Getting into deep projects all the time. Okay. So what did we do? Did I do the line art next? I think so. Okay, so we're going to go in here and we're going to create our line art here. So this will get us our base. And this is my opportunity to kind of solidify a few lines and adjust some things as well, because there's some stuff that we want to adjust either based off of how some of the watercolor came together or what's missing. Oh, why you kick me? That's not very nice. I don't kick you. Sheesh. Why don't you just kick me? And this will start laying out what we're going to be adjusting, adding in, and manipulating as we go through in the digital space. So that's why I want to kind of get started on this first. Because I definitely want to adjust the hat a little bit, because so this crazy line is on purpose. Just wasn't looking very toque-like before. So we're going to bring this up. So we're going to do some of that adjustment in our painting later on once these lines are decided. We're probably going to clear out almost all of this paper white underneath for the snow, because it looks pretty dirty right now. Excuse me, sorry. Just because it looks a little dirty right now, but that can all be cleaned up afterwards. Just want it to be present so we have the right colors in the right space. So looking back on the other gnomes, I definitely got the base done a lot more polished than I did for the watercolors. For these ones, I went further with the watercolors on the other ones. I actually got some of like the pen and ink out. I think I did some pencil crayons and things. So this one, it was mostly getting that watercolor base, whereas originally, like the digital kind of final touches I was doing on the originals was a lot less of what we're going to be doing here. But I think that this technique works too. And I think it's early enough in my development of these guys that a few styles, switches and stuff will be totally fine. Now I want this to be raggedy, so I'm trying to not correct the lines as I come up to them. Sorry, it's like super dry in my studio. I can get water. Okay. Then we're gonna get... What the heck is happening here? Do this. The downside also to not doing more detail in the watercolor is that I don't really know what I did. Like the decision for what the umbrella last week, did it go in front or in behind the hat? That was about a lot of back and forth for me on that one. Are you sleepy, guy? Mojo says hi, guys. Are you going to color it using the same colors you use with the watercolor? Yeah, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to eventually, to keep it consistent, I'm going to be adding in shadows and like some darker things as soon as we're done the line art. But I am going to be using the palette that the Adding the Photo created in Fresco for me. I'm going to see if it works because they're not as bright as what they are now because I even saturated the layer. But I would like to incorporate those colors and things because obviously now we have some gaps to fill. So I'll be using some of the eyedropper tool a little bit later and using this palette as well. Because we want to make sure that I'm not doing anything too crazy unless I want to just change the colors entirely, which is also possible. But yes, we will be using the watercolor to complete this because I want to maintain that watercolor look. So I don't want it to look too digital in the final process. Although these ones are looking a lot more digital than the original guys were. So we'll just have to, we're early days in these style and everything, so that I'm sure these guys will settle into their own style and groove in no time. Oops. Come on. So like I said, the intent of these is going to be cards and prints. Right now, this is being created at an 8.5 by 11 size, so that we have all the detail we need, and they won't be too pixelated when we shrink them down to the right size. Okay, now this is going to become a little clearer now that we have digital space. The watercolor was not coming out clear. No, hang on, buddy. You're fine. Excuse me. What's the matter? All the people are here to see you. Don't be cranky, man. Boop, 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 boop. Wasn't much I doing. Oh, you're silly guy. Alright. So yeah, I don't have a lot to update on. Mostly shop update things, because that's been kind of taking over. I'm trying to get that wrapped up in time. So I've been working on that on the weekend. Kind of took today off, which was nice. No apartment gutting, no pressure. Just chilling a little bit, which is kind of nice. Okay, now I'm thinking of the arms. Oh, now everything's so far away. Sorry, just getting some reference here. Oh, I didn't draw any with arms like this. That's why. Sorry, I'm just looking at all the other notes, trying to figure out what the heck I did with the arms. Do I show the bend? It might not matter, actually. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Might not matter. Okie dokie. So we'll give that a minute. What cranky pants? What's the matter? I'm trying to think of what else is going on. Just the studio's been crazy. I got these meditations on nature cards, so I'm reading them and have beautiful, simple illustrations too. That's cool. I have a lady at work who really likes to do like words of affirmation, and she has beautiful cards that are like that as well. And so yeah, sometimes just keep the illustrations nice and simple. Okay. So, lots of work to do here. Holy. Oh my goodness, it's already 7:30. This is madness. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna make a new layer. We're gonna make it a multiply layer because even though there's not as much texture on this paper as I thought there was gonna be, I want it to show through wherever we can have it. And I'd like it to be the watercolor paper. Oh, thank you, monsieur. And we're going to, no, just stay okay, please. I think what we might do here. Oh, pickles. Nope, that's not gonna work. How long am I streaming? I was initially gonna do a big, fat, huge stream for us all, but I have to prep for work tomorrow. So I'm only gonna be on probably till 8 o'clock tonight. We'll see where we're at, maybe 8:30, but I won't be able to do 2 hours tonight. Let's just start this over. Pooh, how am I going to do this? How did I do this last time? Okay, so let's do, can I duplicate this layer? And I'm going to lasso some of this. Okay, Moj, you're fine, buddy. Okay, please? You're fine. I know. Why is that boy? A bit of a yeah, I'm gonna like this better. Do a bit of a cut and paste situation. I was originally just going to use the watercolor, which would work on a smaller space, which we're probably going to do shortly. But because of the large amount of space, hi buddy, that we're covering there, that watercolor wasn't going to work on that big space, like just for the reasons that we just saw. Now I just wonder if I can. Okay, Moj, come here. Say hi to the peoples. There's a Mojo. There's a Mojo. You don't be such cranky guy all the time. Now, okay, just chill out, size. Thank you, handsome. Okay, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to delete this layer. Okay. And then the selection I'm going to can I not like copy selection? Paste selection. That's what I wanted. And then we'll go down here and try again, and we will duplicate selection. So all that's doing is copying with the information that's within the lasso and bringing it up. The reason why I like this better over what we did earlier with copying the whole layer is it's a lot easier for me to do this and erase that out, because if I had done that with the other layer with the whole gnome that I duplicated, I'd have to erase the whole gnome, and I think that that's just going to get in our way as far as having like layers goes. I think that there'd be just too much pieced in where I don't want it. The downside is I have to make sure I'm on the right layer at all times. Okay. Oops. But it fills the space pretty nicely. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I want to do all these nice like watercolor updates and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think we're ready just yet. So what I want to do is okay, basic brush, this one, and we're gonna grab this one, I think, and make sure that this layer's a multiply. How big is this brush? I don't like that color. Let's try this one. Don't like that color either. Good Lord. No, you silly. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start putting in our shadows that we want. So that we can start seeing some of that layering coming through. Just using like a basic soft edge brush here. And then we're gonna, I didn't get too fancy with the lasso just because that could take a really long time. So we're just gonna select and erase a little bit here. Pull some of these edges back. Have that pressure sensitivity on my vector brush for my eraser, so that I can get to some of these smaller spaces without this erasing taking forever. You'll notice I do not have the pressure sensitivity on the painting brush. You can see all those black lines are the same thickness throughout. I started doing that with my coloring pages as well, just to keep those lines a little more consistent without having to kind of start over, or just reduce some of the sketchiness that prevented the illustration from being clear. So, and because these guys are going to be shown at such a small, could be at a small scale, I want these to be as clear, the lines to be as clear as possible. Oops. Oh dear. The other one should be a little bit easier. Just all these little spikies on his fuzzy mitts are a bit of a challenge. So what's everybody else working on tonight? Working on this. obviously, but I was commissioned to do a Iron Man Black Panther painting for a very important nephew of mine. So I promised him once the gnomes were done, I'd see what I could get him sorted out. Okay, so let's do under the mittens now. We'll go a little bit closer. It is not so spiky, so it shouldn't be as much work. I just like to go up to the edge because over the edge a little bit because I don't want any of those like white spaces. They're harder to fill in, especially with these multiply layers and brushes, so I don't want to get too crazy. Oops. Fix. Now I know there's some white gaps there on the mitts, but we're going to be putting in some shadows and stuff there, so I'm not too fussed about that. Just got to guess where my lines are now. Yes, Alessandra, I'm only going to be streaming till probably 8 o'clock, maybe as far as 8:30. I won't be able to do a 2-hour stream tonight. I know I was all excited and gung-ho about it last week, but I must prepare for the work week. Okay. Oops. Brush, please. There we go. A little too dark, so oops. Oops. Oh, Erin, get it together, woman. Let's try this again. So I just have to be careful when we do this because we have to do the, I have some shadows here already. So in this case, we do have to be a little bit more careful about where it goes because erasing it out erases everything because it's all on the same layer. Dee says, my commission is a little bit crazy. Is to have Joanna Lumley from AbFab in a bar with Tigger and they're both smoking and drinking in the style of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Wow, there's a lot happening there. That's a lot going on. Sounds like an exciting challenge though. I do like that. That's pretty hilarious. Yeah, I don't take on like a lot of commissions. Like a lot of the ones that like I'll do are for like friends and family and things like that, or like I don't put a lot of it out there. Like I don't think my style would lend to it a lot, but I do have a friend who would do Artist Alley at Comic-Con, and some of the commission requests she got, I was like, no, thank you. That one's like random and a little bit crazy, but reasonable. Some of the requests are a little bit scary. Luckily, I've been mostly asked for like logos and childhood homes and things. All right. I love your style. The most I've done in watercolors using Kyle's brushes in Photoshop, and even then, I'm not good at it. Well, thank you so much. I think it can take a lot of practice to get these watercolors to be what you want. Watercolor, I think I talked about this a lot, like when we were doing the traditional part of the stream, where like we're part of these gnomes. Like it's something definitely that takes a lot of practice, and it's kind of hard to, like, I can teach techniques and show how things are done, or how like different suggestions on how to work with the watercolor, but everybody works in it so differently. Like there's even an artist, and I'm horrible at names, I'm so sorry, who does watercolor all the time, and I was watching her stream yesterday, like just one of her reels, and she just does watercolor way different. Like her whole surface is like very like wet brushes, and so like her whole surface is all like a lot of water, where mine is more of a dry approach. So it's just interesting to see what everybody kind of can come up with. Hi Nathan, you're not late, but we still have lots of art to do, so don't worry about it. We got started without you, but we're glad you're here now. Working on our snow gnome here, getting some shadows in here so I can get a little bit more ideas on how to finalize the color. I'm not certain we're going to finish this guy tonight, but we're going to get pretty far. No, that's not what I wanted you to do. There we go. We're going to get him a little bit further. I'm just not really super. Rodrigo's here. Hi, Rodrigo. Thanks for tuning in. Nathan, I was taking a nap. Hey, I'm here for naps. Go for it. I almost took one today. We're on a holiday where I'm at. We have Monday off, but my brain still was anticipating my alarm, so it wasn't much of a sleep in today. But we've gone for a lazy day, so to make up for it a little tiny bit. I just want to define some of this crazy beard situation thing I have here. I don't know what the plan was. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. I wish I had time to take a nap. I was busy with laundry yet. It's always adulting. I always plan to take a nap, and then adulting gets in the way. Those dishes still won't do themselves. That would be fantastic. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I want this one. And this layer. Okay, perfect. Sketch looks amazing, but giving more touches will become a very beautiful piece of art. Thanks, Rodrigo. Yeah, that's the plan here. We started with some watercolor as a base, and then yeah, we have lots of work still to do here. So I think we're going to be seeing this guy probably next week, I suspect. But I'm going to try and get him to a little bit more of a fancier look here before we're all done. Okay. For those of you who don't know, we are in Adobe Fresco today. Let's see, yeah. We are in Adobe Fresco. This initially started as a watercolor piece. We did 4 little gnomes. And we're just putting some final touches on here to make sure that they're ready for print and ready for distribution, so people can see them in different ways. Not so much that way. Let's try again. I'm not too worried about some of these edges because I think we're probably going to be doing a little bit more stroke outlines and stuff up here. And there's going to be some color adjustments as well. A little bit more. The rainy day gnome was a little bit more fully realized when we got to this stage, so that's why it was a little bit quicker to see some progress last week. But you know, some pieces take a little longer than others, and that's totally okay. Okay, coming together, coming together. I don't know what his beer plan is. I don't know what I did. It's kind of a little bit much. Okay. Okay, let's try. Oops. Black brush, please. Probably safe to put the shadows in now, even though these are not complete. Just because the lines are complete, so. Oh, not that color. This color, please. Don't be sad, Mademoiselle. So these are going to look a little weird for a sec, just because like I'm shadowing to the lines, but these spaces will, oh, watch it. Sit on your bum, please. No, sit on your bum, please. Because these spaces will be filled in with color and everything, so it's a little silly right now, but we're going to be, it'll make sense shortly. Shadows look fantastic. Thanks, Rodrigo. Oh. Using the brush as well. Thank you. Yeah, this one's just a simple, hi buddy. We're just using a simple soft edge brush here just to make sure that, because I wanted to give it kind of like a little bit of a cutout feel. That kind of my art lately has been kind of that almost like a cutout paper look, and I want to make sure that all the shapes are really popping out, so I'm using the shadows to create that effect for us here. Hi Cranky Pants. Hi Mojo. Thank you, handsome. No, just sit still, okay, buddy? It's a snowman in his hands. Yes, so this part is a snowman, yes. So I didn't really come through when we were doing the watercolor initially, and it kind of got lost. But yeah, he's gonna be holding a little tiny snowman. Okay. Oh, actually, we can probably take, oops, this one. Take this out of here. Hi, handsome. Oh, thank you. You're the nicest boy. Hi, Zimai. Nope, 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 nope. You sit with me, okay, buddy? We're gonna leave the neighbors alone, okay? Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Good Zimai. Hold still, please. Oh, watch your braids. Okay. I'm trying not to spin this too much because it's a lot. Okay, let's finish off these shadows and then we'll get to some color. How's that? Yeah, the shadows are popping out a little bit more. It looks super weird right now because I'm kind of doing this backwards. Usually the shadows are kind of the last thing, but I feel like I need to know where the white space is going to remain and what still needs to be colored after the shadows are in, because I don't want to put too much work into something that I'm just going to hide away with a shadow eventually. So it's a small snowman, a tiny snowman. We had perfect tiny snowman making snow earlier today. Pretty soggy walk for me and Mojo, but it was awesome. It was super sunny outside, so I'll take soggy boots, but lots of sunshine. Okay. There we go. Oops. Don't kick me, don't kick me, crazy mind. Sheesh. It's cold in Houston today. Oh dear. What is, oh, you're going to give me Fahrenheit. I'm not going to know what that means. I was going to ask you how cold it is, and I would have to look up the Fahrenheit afterwards. I only use Fahrenheit on my stove. I'm always down for a cooler day. Like, even if it's like cooler than normal, like I suspect it's still for me warm in Houston where you're at, Nathan. But like I like a cool day. So then I could put like a sweater on or something. Put on some layers. Some fancy boots. You know? Okay. So we got lots of our shadows on, showing the impact of those guys. Giving us a little bit more life, which is fun. Okay. So let's go in and add some more color here. So let's add to this. Okay, can you just stop, please? Oh, oop. Can you just sit in your bum? We'll add some color to the snowman here because, yeah, it's a little bit muddy in here. Can you just settle for a minute, please? That's not for Mojo. Lie down, please. Lie down. Thank you, handsome boy. Okay, so... Okay, thanks, Nathan. Feel better. Just wondering if I stick with that purpley one, if it's... No, go towards that. Okay, now I'm thinking... Wanda. Oh my goodness. Weather's very hot and it's midnight. Oh my goodness. That's always a rough start to the day. I always like the mornings here in the summer because it's like nice. That's when it's nice and cool out. If it's going to be hot and roasty, that's no fun at all. Okay, what am I doing here? Let's watercolor this guy. Yeah. Oh, Mojo. So I'm using the watercolor brushes here to keep that kind of effect that we have with everything else. I did not multiply this one because I will show you. This is a normal brush, but if I multiply it, you see the white just disappears entirely. White doesn't do too much on a multiply layer. Like there's probably a bit of a change of the color just because there's kind of like a yellow or a purple in there. But it's just not going to show up. So in this case, I'm okay not having the paper texture show through. I just want to make sure that we get the effect that we're looking for here. And I think with the shadows and everything, we're not going to have too much of the, it's not going to look too digitally in. Can we just stop being really mad? We're almost done, you crazy guy. We're almost done, you crazy guy. What's the matter? No, just sit with me, you goof. You silly man. Is this what we want to do? Oh, it's so gray though. Okay, can you sit down? What is your struggling mess? Goodness me. Now you're just napping. You're crazy man. I forgot that this is gonna blend in. Okay, just hold still, please, monsieur. Holy cow. That's enough, crazy man. Oops. Oops. Do you want under this blanket? Is that what you want, buddy? There, watch your legs. There we go. He likes to be a little burrito. Ah, so fun. Look at him all the way. Okay. Now we need a new layer. And I don't know if I want it to be multiplied. Let's try. And let's get some of these features sorted out here. I don't really have a little too orange for me. Now, do we want this to be probably a little too orange for me, but we can adjust this layer. It's a little too bright. I actually should probably have, oh, I have an idea. Okay, hang on. One thing at a time. So we'll pull it back just a little bit. And then we have a layer. I don't know if multiply is the right one, but we'll try. And what are my... This is my... I'm gonna have a bit of a red nose situation. That's too red, I think. I don't know. We'll see. He's gonna have a red nose because he's been out in the snow. think what we're going to do here is we're going to create an empty mask. Oh dear. Okay, basic hard brush. We're just going to hide this away. I'm hiding it because I don't know if I want to bring it back later, but I think we want to have the snow be pretty white. Same with this guy. Oh, we have a few more people. Oh no, is it Lachin? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. And Sodiq, thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you being here. We're just clearing out our snow here. I think we'll probably add some color back into it, just like we did in the original with the little bit of blue there, but I think the color just looks a little, the paper just looks a little too dark in comparison to everything now, especially when I'm putting it on this white background. So we just don't want it to, we want it to be clear what's happening, and he's covered in snow right now. I'm gonna make, I don't know, maybe normal? Yeah, I think maybe. I think multiply looks a little too green with the layers underneath, and I want to just pull it back. I don't think that's the right color that I want in there. Actually, what if we do a, no, that's not what I wanted at all. Hue saturation. Okay, much. Oh, that's on everything. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. Okay. I just don't think that's the right color. Ugh. Actually, I want to just clear this layer out. Blah. Don't like that color at all. So this is the color. So we want to put maybe. What is this cranky guy? I don't know. I think we're just going to leave that for now, because I think also the paper color that the beard has right now is throwing me off, because this is so bright, and I think that the beard's just not where it needs to be just yet. With brighter colors and things. Okay, so let's see if we can't. Okay, just hang on, handsome boy. Oh, trying to fly away. Let's not, okay? I don't want you barking at the neighbors, okay? We're almost through a whole stream without you deafening everybody. We're almost through one whole one. Let's not jinx it, okay? Okay, my crazy mind. Kiss, kiss. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can't get a new layer in here. What the heck? Okay, watercolor. I just don't want to lose our texture here. So what if I do like a, okay, that's good. Okay, so the overlay kind of has a similar-ish, there's like a lot of like science and algorithms and all that kind of stuff in here that I'm oversimplifying right now. But it kind of has the similar effect that the multiply has, but with more of a lightening effect. So this way I can do it, but you can still see some of that texture showing through a little bit, which I like. So if I clear some of this away, think it's like too bright. Like I think it's taking away too much of the color. Where's gonna sit with me, okay, handsome? Nice good boy. We're almost done. Thank you. Where did it all go? There we go. So it keeps some of that texture that I'm looking for. But I also want to pull it back just a little bit. Not all the way to 0, but maybe just a little bit. I don't want this to look too flat and digital, but I pulled it back quite a bit so that it's not too bright and flat. Hydroality? What up? You're drawing, so I won't be super chatty at the moment. That's fine. What are we drawing? What are we drawing? I like to see what everybody's working on. So yeah, this doesn't do a whole lot, but you can see like it's just a little bit, which brightens it up. Dragons! Jelly. I really enjoyed the last dragon I drew. I actually finally did the Behance project. It's not up yet, but I finally, excuse me, put it together. And, oh man, it's going to go up soon. Watch the Instagrams for when it goes up. It's going to be awesome. I loved doing the dragon. Can you just sit for like 5 seconds, handsome? You're making me crazy. I know, sleepy guy. Just clearing out some of this. I know you can't really see. Oh, thank you. Very blessed news for my sneeze. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been gutting my apartment, just like cleaning out closets and everything. So I've stirred up all the dust. I'm trying to vacuum and dust it away as I go, but I stirred up all the air. So funny. Thanks, guys. So yeah, so you can see it kind of just lightens this up a little tiny bit, brings it like a little bit more together, takes away some of those imperfections. So if we take, see, I like that a lot better than some of the approaches that we've done on some other things, because I don't feel like it takes a lot of that watercolor away. And also makes that nose not stand out as much. Still think we might be a little too bright. I'll leave it for now. Okay. All right. So I think we're at a logical stopping point for now. So I did promise I was going to show the other gnome as well. The other two have been posted. Speaking of dragons, there he is. Okay, so we all saw like the groovy gnome before. This is what he's becoming. So let's see if I can do, we started here, hide all of the layers. I have a mask on here, fortunately. So pretend that those daisy things aren't missing. I don't know if I can remove unlink mask. Oh, no, I'm just going to start making a mess here, guys. So, this is the daisy gnome. And I'm trying to work him into being like a Easter gnome. So we've got the daisies and stuff that I did for one of my bookmarks before. I don't think I did a live stream for that bookmark, but it is posted on my Instagram. It's going to be available soon. So I kind of reused some of those daisies to try and repurpose him. And then he's going to have Easter bunny ears. So I don't have a lot, like I haven't gotten too far. I was trying to get the structure out. But I think it's starting to come together a little bit. So he's not really like a groovy piece gnome as much anymore, but coming into something really cute and springy. So trying to use those colors to be a little bit more spring-like. So quite a bit more work that has to go here, but I wanted to get an Easter gnome in for my shop update because the focus is Easter. So this guy needs a little bit more work as well. So that's what I'm working on. and this guy. I don't think I can really just sit and wait till next week to get these done, but maybe I'll work on the one of them and get them finished up before the next live stream, and then the other one we'll just finish up on the next live stream if there's some work left to do. If not, we'll work on my fancy commission for my nephew together. But I think I'm going to leave that for now, guys. Thank you, everybody who tuned in tonight. D, Hydro, Sodi, Alessandra, Rodrigo, Odari, everybody. I didn't want to miss anybody. Nathan, I hope you're feeling better. Thank you so much to everybody who commented and left some notes and everything. I really appreciate it. We will keep working on these guys over the coming days, and I will be back again next Monday, same time, and we'll be either finishing off a gnome or working on something different. Thanks again, everybody. I hope you have a great family day, the rest of it, and I'll see you all next week. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.